usually, usually I'm the only industrial designer in the room, so this is good. All right, any other type of design? UX designers? Yeah, UX. What was that? Graphic design. Excellent. Good. Cool. All right. Any others? Any others that we should be aware of?
Investors.
Investors. Excellent. Okay, so investors, VCs. Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm principal of Enlisted Design. We're an Oakland-based design agency, and we have about 25 people at our studio. Essentially have 3 different teams: industrial design team, a visual design team, mostly graphic designers, and a strategy team, and of course operations and everything. But our big thing is collaboration, right? How do we bring the right minds to the table so that we can co-create products that are going to be meaningful once they launch? And we have those opportunities as we bring the right experts together, both internally within Enlisted, as well as externally when we bring our clients into our team. That's literally why we're enlisted, because we enlist our clients into our creative teams. And likewise, once tight client partnerships are made, we're then enlisted in their business teams. Okay, so it's not uncommon for somebody from Enlisted, an account manager or senior designer, to go to a retailer pitch with one of our clients and actually pitch the concepts alongside them. Okay, and then vice versa, to have a client come in and spend a day with us, sketching, ideating, working through CMF details. Okay, and what happens with that when we unveil the process of what we do and we invite them in, we bring their thoughts in, right? They've been usually thinking about things longer than we can in more depth. And though we can bring fresh thoughts, that depth of knowledge is valuable. And then B, with co-creation of a product, there's buy-in. Okay, then you become a team rather than 2 separate teams. Before starting Enlisted, I worked at some of the hottest design agencies in the Bay Area, and I loved it. It was really fun. I had an experience one day where I was leading a major account. They were a leading networking company, and they called me up and said, "Hey, Beau, we have some details that we need to work through. We got to do it quick. Can I come up and just sit with you and sketch for the day?" And I said, "John, that's a great idea. Come on up." And then I went to my boss's office and I said, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. Client's coming up. We're going to sit down in the war room and we're just going to sketch it out today." And he looked at me, great guy. So if you know him and you know my background at all, he was a wonderful mentor to me. But one of the things that he taught me was in this experience where he turned to me and he said, "Beau, when are you going to get it through your mind? You're a designer. He's an engineer. You're never going to be a designer and he will never be." Or he said, "You will never be an engineer and he will never be a designer." And I kind of walked away with my tail between my legs. And by the time I got to my desk, I thought there has to be a better way. And the better way is through true collaboration. That's what we do. And we do it with some of the best. We're fortunate to work with some of the best companies within tech: Belkin, Netgear, Samsung, LG. We get to create the future of many things, and that's really exciting. I was in a kickoff meeting with Samsung yesterday for the future of VR. And they have Samsung open their doors and say, "Here's the future." And we're like, our minds are blown already. And then they're coming to us to create what's next even after that. So it's really exciting stuff. And just feel very fortunate to be able to do it. So when you think of our studio, it's really about creating brand systems, okay, which include brand guidelines and the naming systems and the overall brand strategy, then the packaging design of how that's going to be presented to the customer, the retail, and then of course the industrial design of what the physical product experience is going to be. And the reason that we focus on all 3 of these is because we want to create branded product experiences. Not just a product, not just a package, not just a brand. We want to create branded product experiences, which requires that we have the team to be able to do that. Now, beyond Enlisted, and if you're launching a product, you may want to take a picture of this page. So beyond Enlisted, we have some partners that are absolutely phenomenal. Within engineering, SpannerPD.com. They're the guys who engineer Jawbone, Fitbit, GoPro, August, on and on and on and on. User experience team, so UX team is PunchCut. We work with them often. Intel, Mazda, Fitbit, Ford, great clients they have. So PunchCut. And then launch videos. So who does those really cool launch videos that sells $2 million in pre-orders? It's Heist. Okay, Heist production or Heist projects. So pitching engineering, and the company's like, well, we need a designer, right? They bring us in, and likewise, we bring them in. So great assets there. Now, kind of a story I can circle back to if there's interest, but within Enlisted, we got to the point where we're creating these brands for everybody else, and we thought to ourselves, at what point are we going to do that for ourselves? And so we turned inward. For about 6 months, we developed a product called Urbio, and we launched Urbio on Kickstarter. It was year 1 of Kickstarter. It was one of the highest grossing projects, and then Shark Tank called us after we launched, and they said, hey, have you ever watched our show? Like, dude, I've been watching your show every freaking Friday night for the last 3 years. And so he then quizzed me for about a half an hour all about the show to see if I legitimately watched the show. And I guess I passed the test. So then he said, okay, now you can apply. But don't worry, there will be 24,000 other applicants this season. So we applied, we got to pitch the Sharks, and it went phenomenally well. So what was cool about that is that we then got to launch our own brand, right? Our own product. We got to go to China and produce our own products and know what it means to put your own money into something and invest in it and launch it and go to Target and sell it in, and then go deal with import and logistics and 3PL and all of that fun stuff so that you can actually launch a product yourself. So now, when I'm sitting with my clients, it's not just, yes, we can do this for you. It's that I've been in your seats. I know what this means. Urbio to a large hospice company in February. So I was able to experience that full circle. So, topic of tonight. I want to just walk you through real quick. I think Peter did a great job of walking through what that process is of launching a product, launching a physical product. Okay. All right. So the idea. You gotta have an idea, right? And it's gotta be an idea that's worth quitting your job for, putting everything on the line, and developing. From that idea, you go into use cases, make sure that it's relevant, it's going to make people's lives better. You develop the technology, the functionality, make sure that it's going to work. You prototype the heck out of it over and over and over. Break the prototypes, fix them, break and fix, break and fix. Iterative process. You then have to go and face your friends and family, and Kickstarter and Indiegogo and whoever else, right, or investors, and say, I need your money so that I can launch this idea that I have. Okay? Then you have to go through all the legal stuff. Then you put it out in the world, and you get some pre-orders or maybe some POs from a retailer. You go and you manufacture it, and then you launch it with all your 3PL stuff, and it comes full circle and there's your product. Anything missing? You guys have done this. Anything missing? What is that? Selling, right? Yeah. Selling is probably important. What else? Anything else missing? Support. Advertising. Branding. Who said that? There you go. What else? Development. Okay. So here's the challenge that we face. When most of the people who have these ideas see this process, it's all about the nuts and the bolts. It's all the functionality, right? It's like, what are the details of what I need to do to launch this thing and make it work, okay? But rarely is it thought through, what do I need to do to create an experience that is so lustful that people will put $500 on their credit card so that they can have this experience in their pocket, right? What is it that makes it so desirable? And the truth of the matter is it any of these?
Design.
Okay? It's design. It's design, right? It's the emotional draw to the product that makes us lust after it, want it. And want it not only day one in the store when you see it, you go, I don't even know what that is, but I want it. Right? That's one of the greatest compliments we can have as a product developer. I don't even know what it is, but I want it. And then there's this emotional draw to it that, oh, I see how that's going to make my life easier, more convenient, it's going to make it better. It's going to solve the problems that I didn't even know I had. the guy who's going to right? So let's look at this from a branded product. Notice that this said product last time. Now it's a branded product perspective. Idea, absolutely. Research, right? That's how we validate it. Develop the technology, engineer it, right? The branding, the brand strategy, the market positioning, right? Then the marketing. How are we going to communicate? What's the voice of this brand? How's it going to feel? If it were a person and you met them, what would that initial experience be like? Okay? Part of that is the industrial design. How does it feel? The CMF, the color, material, finish, right? What does it feel like when you experience this person, this thing, this product? Then, once you're sold, here's where you put your money down, right here, right? And then for the rest of the product's life, it all depends on the UI and the UX. So what's that internal digital experience, right? The packaging, of course, the retail presence, just to get you to its 4-foot section and say, yeah, that's what I want. I mean, walk into an Apple store. You feel cooler just walking in there because of that retail presence, that overall branded experience, okay? So this is how we view product as designers and as creatives. It's less nuts and bolts and it's more passion, but it's the passion that sells. So when these two come together from the beginning, you're able to create a cohesive, holistic brand with many different elements that all go into that. All right, let me show you a few case studies. Who's heard of Netgear Arlo? Anybody seen this little thing? Right? Arlo's a little camera, nice little Wi-Fi camera. So Netgear approached us a while back and said, hey, we have this idea of a wire-free camera in your home that's Wi-Fi, and you can just open up your phone and be able to watch stuff. That's cool. That's cool. And they said, by the way, we bought this other little company down in San Diego called ViewZone that kind of does this already. So they showed us the ViewZone. Don't look at this yet. They showed us ViewZone. And they said, here it is. Isn't that great? And we kind of said no. Kind of said no. And why? What's the difference between these two? This is Arlo. This is the camera. So what's the difference? What was that?
The left one doesn't look like a camera. It's like I'm not sure what it is.
Who's ever seen this before? Why is it that not a single one of you raised their hands for ViewZone, and half of you raised your hands for Arlo? Guys, it's the same thing. Same thing. We hardly did anything, but we changed everything. And what we did is we gave it a soul. Okay? We gave it a personality. We said, hey, let's not be like some kind of strange, I don't know, camera that's intimidating or whatever. Let's be something that's cute. Right? Let's be something that feels like it could be a houseware. Maybe it's sold at Williams-Sonoma. Maybe they don't even go to Best Buy. Let's sell it at Williams-Sonoma, at Crate and Barrel. Right? What would that feel like in Crate and Barrel? It fit in, oddly enough. Right? Would that fit in? No. Yet they were expecting us to go into people's homes. Do you want that in your home? No, but you want the functionality. You want what it does for you. You want the service. Okay? So this is now. The reason I asked about engineers, there's a few slides here that say engineered whatever it is and designed whatever it is. This is not a negative. This sounds worse than it is. Right? Some of my best friends are engineers. It's not about that. It's about the engineered experience, the nuts and bolts. The design experience is the branded product experience. Make sense? Fair enough? No offenses? You can leave now if there are. You can see about 10 more pages like this. Right? So when we were designing it, we thought, gosh, maybe it goes on a bookshelf. That's where a camera goes. Maybe, since it's wire-free, we shouldn't have some huge articulating hinge. Maybe we should just have like a little dome, a little metal dome that kind of just disappears, like the size of a quarter. Let's put a big old fat magnet inside the camera. snap it onto that dome, and there's your hinge, right? And then when your baby's taking a nap and you need to go put it in the nursery, just pop it off, walk over, stick it up on the wall in the nursery. Simple enough, right? So as industrial designers, we want to declutter and we want to kind of bring a design sense into the engineering. Now, here's the trick with this. When halfway through the process, the design process for Netgear, this camera came out. The drop cam was bought by Next. And we met with Netgear and they went, oh crap, we're thinking about canceling the Arlo program. And we can't cancel it. The difference between the two is huge, and this is the redesigned one. So they launched it, not just because we said we can't, obviously it'd be essential to business, right? They launched it, within 6 months, it was the #1 Wi-Fi camera on the market. Okay? And that's because it has these human elements that people have an emotional connection to. Alright, so when you're thinking about launching your product, engineering your product, creating a brand, what's that emotional connection that people are going to have to it? Where people are like, yes, I want that in my life. Okay. So most of what I'm going to show you is startups. We can get into some of the bigger company stuff if you guys are interested, but we're going to stick with the startups. It's kind of startup crowd. So Vital. Vital came to us as part of Highway 1. They're the incubator that Peter and I met at. And Vital was really cool. So it's an ex-Apple, ex-Intel guys, and they came with a PCB about the size of a silver dollar. Okay? And they said, here's what this thing does. You stick it on your kid somewhere like in their armpit, and then you connect it to your phone via Bluetooth, and for every 2 hours it monitors their temperature. So if your kid, you put a range on your phone, say it's up to 102, and if your kid at 3 in the morning hits 102, you can wake up and give them more time. Or if they hit 104, it'll buzz your phone, wake you up, and you can call the nurse. Wow, that's really cool. Okay? So all they came was this little chip. So I thought, okay, it's kind of scary. We're going to put this antenna, this sensor, this chip on our kid for 3 days while they're at their most vulnerable, while they're sick. Okay? So how do we create a brand that eases the tension and builds security in the sense of comfort? And so we talk about it less as sensors, or actually not as sensors at all, but more about vitals, right? It keeps track of your child's vitals so that you can rest easy. So enable it from vital. Within that brand strategy, likewise, we wanted to create a very soft and friendly approach to a sensor. Okay? It's still a sensor. They're a sensor company. How do we do that in a way that feels comfortable, right? We take the Band-Aid, turn it in half, it creates a heart, we expose them to the sensor. Now within that, we then want to create a product that feels comfortable. Now it's not the only product on the market, okay? Has anybody seen TempTrack? Right, so TempTrack is the exact same product, right? Except for I think it's like 24 hours, whereas this is 72 hours. So once again, TempTrack versus Vital. Pretty cool product though. Super simple, very comfortable, very much puts you at ease. This is the retail packaging. It feels like it's for kids without being overly kiddish, right? It feels believable, and that's an important part of the brand strategy. Is how do you create a voice that builds trust yet also garnishes the comfort and security. Okay, so for them, the website, the branding, the naming, the app, packaging, and the industrial design, all within Enlisted. All right, a couple more examples. Anybody heard of Whistle? Anybody have a dog? Right? So Whistle's kind of a fun company. So they came to us after an acquisition. We'd already done a project with them before, San Francisco-based startup, and they came to us with this acquisition of a company called Tag. And Tag is this GPS dog tracker. They said, okay, well, we want to take Tag and we want to redesign it. Okay, so help us do that. So what we created was this really fun product with these GPS antennas out here and the sensor inside, and it's like machine where it's like pro dog, they want a venture, let's keep track of them. Really fun project. Whistle was recently acquired by Mars Pet, one of the big tech companies. Mars and Nestle are the two big players, both clients of ours. And so, so we've now created a whole bunch of really cool pet products for them that are going to be launching soon. So fun stuff. That's where they go when they escape, by the way. Let's see, so Hive. So let's get into some IoT, a little bit more IoT. Home automation. Who's seen this product or a similar product? Isn't it great? Don't you love having that on your wall? Like when the Vivint guys knock on your door and they're like, hey, let me sell you home automation. And then they put something like that on your wall. Like it's almost like you know. I curate my house, right? Not yeah. And then they put this on. So how can we create a different experience? Do we even need that at all? So when Hive approached us, they're a startup that broke off of one of the major security companies. They're all based out of Utah apparently. So they broke off of one of the major security companies that we want to do things different. We thought, well, first of all, instead of us redesigning that, let's just get rid of it altogether. Because isn't this that? Right? And said, well, okay, but we need speakers and we need a hub. All right, cool. Let's put speakers that you can just plug in all around your house, and let's have them be speakers. So, like Sonos. What if they could bring entertainment? What if they could be an intercom in between rooms? What if then, if there is an emergency, you have a speaker in every room just plugged into an AC outlet that you're going to be able to hear rather than just the unit of communication around the room? Okay, that's pretty cool. And what if we did it in different textures and patterns that would actually feel like it belongs in your home? And what if the hub is just this little tiny soap dish that could just be tucked in the bookshelf? And then, what if instead of having that whole thing, it could just be the app? So this is at their launch party. It was a big deal. Really fun. Radio thermostat, a little bit more traditional. When radio came to us, this is what they came to us with. Which familiar? It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Vivint one. See, I told you. So they came and we thought, oh gosh, I think that there might be a better option. So looking at the market, there isn't a lot to drop on. Luckily, Nest has just blown this market out. They've done so well. And they've done a really good job at designing that and designing that whole experience. But Nest is a $250 thermostat. This is a $99 thermostat. So how do we bring that type of functionality to a $99 price point, and yet also bring the design and the overall brand experience to that $99 price point without sacrificing? Because yes, these people are smart also. Why are they relinquished to this versus being able to have an approach where you understand it and it's going to fit in your life? Let's see, LG. So one more example, I'll kind of burn through this quick. LG approached us to map out the home of the future and what types of products we might be using in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And so we developed a number of concepts for them that I am not going to show you. The deliverable was 20 ideas that don't exist today. It was pretty fun. It's pretty cool. And then we delivered it into the abyss of Seoul, and we never saw it again. And then all of a sudden, one of the concepts launched at CES. And we're like, oh my gosh, the connected fridge that can educate me as to what types of products are in my fridge and help me with my nutrition and so on and so forth. So it's pretty fun to be able to see this connected technology come into the kitchen from some of our initial ideation. I think this is the last one, Netgear. So the reason I included Netgear is everybody's familiar with Netgear, right? Like the leaders in Wi-Fi. And so we do a lot of innovation work with them, but we also help them with creating what we call VDLs, visual design language. So about every 4 years, most major companies will do an overhaul of their VDL. Okay? Take the iMac for example, right? How many times has the iMac changed the entire design approach, right? wasn't just the industrial design, just the whole approach of how they're communicating their brand so that it's relevant for that 4-year period of time. So I've gone through 3 different BDLs with Netgear. So if you add that together, we've been working together for 12 years or so. Currently, we're in one right now. We've developed a new BDL, or Netgear Global. So this one was about 4 years ago, where they said, we really want you to communicate this cutting-edge technology. We thought, okay, that's cool. And it needs to be impossibly slim. Like, what if it's just this razor blade of a router? And I thought, yeah, that's it. And then they gave us the components, and they were like this thick. That's not a razor blade. That's like a brick. And so what we did is we created this faceted language, right, where you have the girth here, and there's these common elements of the triangle vent pattern that can go throughout. So you have the facets, the triangles, and this very clean base. And then once we developed that, then we could then create other products that all feel like a branded outcome, right? So you see any Netgear product within this visual design language, you go, yeah, that's Netgear, I got it, right? It's cutting edge, super crisp, super fast. And it's done really well for us as the market leaders. All right, do you have bandwidth for one more?
Yeah.
So I'll walk you through the Urbio story. So like I said before, we do all this work for other companies, and we love doing it, okay? We thought, okay, what point are we going to do it for ourselves? What point are we going to have an idea, create a strategy, create the positioning, create the branding, the naming, the logo, the packaging, the product, the prototyping, the manufacturing, the 3PL, the sales, the retail, the whole thing. When are we going to do that for ourselves? And Urbio really came for us from a need. And this is kind of the need. So organization, this classic small space organization behind my desk at my house, by the side of the fridge, whatever, right? You have these small spaces where you want to organize your stuff. And we thought, there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. And there wasn't. And we wanted it for our studio. So we thought, well, cool. What if we just created these magnetic, or these metal plates? They're modular, right? So it could be like a tiny space, or at Google and Facebook, they have these massive walls of them, right? And then what if we just had these simple plastic pots, really friendly, kind of cute. They have this little offering up at the top that kind of offers what's inside. And we stuck super strong magnets in the back. And then those magnetic pots can just stick on the plate, right? Could it work? So we put together a couple videos just in our homes and in our studio. And we launched on a Kickstarter, and it went crazy. It's just a simple idea, but it went crazy. And then we launched the product. So we launched it in the Container Store first. That was our kind of flagship launch, and this still has, to this day, the longest lasting end caps in Container Store history. So it still has an end cap after about 3 years. And then we launched a lower cost version called Perch. So we created a sub-brand, right? So we got channel strategy. And then we launched Perch in Target, and then the Container Store wanted it too. So Container Store, and then Staples, and Office Max, Office Depot, on and on and on. And Perch has done really well, and it's been an awesome said, hey, I have a colleague who needs a video, like a multimedia 3D animation video done. Can you talk to him? I said, no, I had some freelance work I was doing on the side, and now I'm kind of busy right now, and I don't even know how to do videos. and he said, no, I think you should probably talk to them. And it was Nestle. And I thought, okay, so I went and talked to him, and then I called one of my buddies who I worked with at the other studio, and I said, hey, I've got this job, it's like 15 grand, it's creating a video, what do you think? He's like, yeah, let's do it. So we taught ourselves how to do 3D animation videos for Nestle. And that video turned into another one, until the point, so we moonlit for 2 years while we were at that other studio. But that studio was an industrial design studio, and we never did industrial design while we were moonlighting. So we never did ID outside of the studio. We only did ID in the studio. So what that did is for those 2 years, we learned how to create a strategic brand positioning, how to create packaging, how to do multimedia, and begin to bring this cohesion together so that when we broke off, we could then bring the industrial design into the mix and create those creative experiences. So we worked about 50 hours for the design studio and about 40 hours for ourselves for 2 years. So about 90 to 100 hours a week for 2 years until our wives kind of sat us down and said, awesome. What are you going to do? Okay, let's do it. It was hard. It's a tough decision. And it was in 2008. And you remember the economy in 2008? It was a scary time. It was a very scary time. In fact, that's one of the reasons that Urbio got off the ground. We were really busy for about a year and a half, and then 2010, things faded. And we went about 6 months without any new work. And during that 6 months, instead of giving up and going back to other studios, we created our own thing. And that's when Urbio, we had the time to get to create Urbio. And so it was a scary time, but the blessing was bad. Yeah, great question. So prototyping can be lots of different things. For me, it's about how quickly can I mock something up so that I can figure out if it works or not. Right? So prototypes can be a paper plate folded so that it has a volumetric form, right? And you kind of get a feeling for how large that is on the table. And you think, oh no, it can't be that way, right? So it can be very quick, foam board, paper, foam. And then we get into 3D really quick, so we'll build out our CAD. Even in phase 1, where traditionally it would just be sketches, we'll go in and do sketch CAD, and then we do prints. So we have 4 or 5 3D printers, and we'll print out mock-ups and be able to kind of have those volumes and those forms and kind of have that understanding. And then we'll present it to the client, and our client obviously uses the client to determine what our outcomes. So it's just super iterative, and just break and fix, and you run into that process until you get to the point where the CAD's there, we can overlay the CMF, and then we call it material conditions, that for final prototyping, which does not happen in our studio. We have an operator in Korea, we have one in Taiwan who uses these absolutely gorgeous models that honestly are better than the final product. So that's when then our client will present like a C-level that they'll 3 or 4 concepts out on the table, and they just are so gorgeous that people come in and fall in love with them. this product, match this product.
Let's go where it's information.
It's rehearsal. And sometimes it doesn't exist. I mean, if you're doing a very customized pattern in a silicone, it doesn't exist. So you do your best to render it, you get some prototypes, you show them how it feels, right, with some other products, and then you kind of have that back and forth, and that's fun. Pretty familiar with China, so being there and just saying, oh, it's more like this, it's more like that. Any other questions? Yeah.
Can you expand more about our team based on engineers
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So generally speaking, the electronics are at about 80% when they come to our studio. We don't like them fully baked because sometimes we want to move things around a little bit. We're pretty smart around our stacks and running single board or daughter board connectors. And so we love it when you come with a PCB that's about 80% there, and then we start creating form factors around it and start making a few recommendations for components to make some move things around a bit. So that's kind of pre-flight and really early on when we're in the prototyping phase. And then once the E is set, right, and then we have kind of what we call our black box to be able to work around, then we'll work around that, and then the physical engineering and the mechanical engineering will partner with a spanner or somebody like that, and then they'll do the EE, so we'll hand off our industrial design. They already have the internals, okay, and then they'll make sure that our externals and the internals match together, and then they'll send that back to us for a design check. And with that design check, we make sure that the screws are hidden, that the bosses don't have little welds, and that that our design intent was executed correctly. And then likewise, then they send that off to China, and then you go through a process of you've got T1, T2, T3, and they'll bring back parts, and we'll analyze those parts and mark them up, and then send it over so that really the design intent is executed the way we want it to.
Do you have any big challenges of like plugs versus non-plugs, changing batteries versus recharging?
Yeah, we have. Usually we know kind of those challenges at the beginning of the program, so we can design around it, right? Where it's a rechargeable battery, we know kind of we can design in what that interaction is, and make sure that it's accessible and easy to change. One thing that's interesting, we're working on a project right now for a couple of MIT guys that's wireless charging, so not Qi. Everybody's familiar with Qi charging, right? We have to have physical contact. This is the equivalent of, let's say that this right here was the charger, and all of your devices right here are being charged without touching it, and without being on the table, just here. It's amazing, and I've seen it work. Yeah, I've actually seen the phone being charged. And I'm like, okay, we'll do it. No, better. Yeah, nobody knows about him right now. Anybody familiar with Jeff Clavier? Do you know who he is? You know who he is, right? So kind of a celebrity investor now. He's had some success with some really good tech startups. So he's backed it. And actually, with your question of how do we vet companies, when a startup comes to us and says we have X valuation to be with you.